Benjamin SEŠKO landed in the UK yesterday, so where are we with his move to Manchester United? We're live to their training ground for the very latest. What about the outgoings at United? Alejandro Garnacho's future remains unclear. We'll tell you which Premier League club wants him. But we got the general gist about United and Garnacho. Let's get the story of Chelsea's pursuit of the midfielder. Rob Jones is at Stamford Bridge and can bring us the very latest. Hi, Rob. Are Chelsea confident they'll get the player?
They're confident they'll get the player and also confident they will get him underneath and quite a decent chunk underneath that £50 million mark that Dan was just speaking about. And because of some of the things that he's just alluded to whilst talking about Alejandro Garnacho, and in particular the fact that Ruben Amorim has made it very clear that he's not part of Manchester United's plans moving forward, you'd say that that is a decent thing that Chelsea are able to bargain with, that they can be quite relaxed about this and leave it later and later into the window, because they will know that Manchester United have a player that they want to get off their books. They don't want to keep paying his wages. So the closer that Chelsea can leave it until that September the 1st deadline, the further down from £50 million you would think that they might be able to buy him for. Xavi Simons is another player on the Chelsea wish list. You would say that one isn't particularly imminent either. He's part of an RB Leipzig squad that are playing Lens in a pre-season friendly tomorrow. But on the other side, Chelsea also need to make sales. You might remember at the start of last month, fined just over €30 million by UEFA for failing to comply with their rules, with the threat of a further potential €60 million.
Done. All right, let's stay with strikers. Let's go to Manchester United. We know they want Benjamin SEŠKO. Where have they got with it? Let's ask Dan Khan, who's there. Come on then, Dan, where are we?
Yeah, good evening, Mike. I mean, as you said there, yesterday was a huge day in this deal. Manchester United agreeing a fee with RB Leipzig, just over £73 million for SEŠKO. As you mentioned there, he then travelled to the UK yesterday evening. We brought you those pictures on Sky Sports News, and then today we understand he's been in Manchester undergoing his medical. I'll just give you a bit of insight though, Mike. I've actually been in the training ground today to have a look at Manchester United's new £50 million men's building facility that they've revamped over the last 12 months. Didn't see SEŠKO around, I have to say, even though they have some brand new spanking medical facilities. Can tell you wasn't there, so maybe I did miss him, but we understand Benjamin SEŠKO is undergoing his medical today. And I think if you're a United, you're really hoping this deal can happen in the next 24 hours. He'll be hoping to get a signature on those papers to finalise the move. And I think if you're United, you're hoping that they get into a position they can unveil him potentially tomorrow when they take on Fiorentina at Old Trafford and their last pre-season game ahead of the opener against Arsenal next weekend.
OK, Dan, we've spoken a lot in this window about the players that need or perhaps will go out of Manchester United. What's the latest on that situation?
Yeah, look, with one striker looking like they're coming in, Mike, there's probably a lot of questions over another, and that's Rasmus Højlund. But again, I have to say, when they reopened this training facility, so Jim Radcliffe, Sir Alex Ferguson were all in attendance, as was Ruben Amorim and the first team squad. That included the likes of Rasmus Højlund, who has been linked with a move away since SEŠKO's impending arrival. We know the Italian giants AC Milan are potentially interested in Højlund, and Manchester United may consider offers around the £40 million mark for Højlund. Let's not forget, he's been adamant he wants his future to be here at Carrington, at Old Trafford. Despite just scoring 4 goals in the Premier League last year, he was better in Europe. But look, we'll have to see where his future lies. Alejandro Garnacho, another player, let me just tell you, he wasn't with the squad. Ruben Amorim has been pretty adamant he's not part of his plans going forward. He talked about he needs new leadership. As I said, he wasn't with the first team today on that ribbon cutting with Sir Jim Radcliffe. And really, we know Chelsea very interested in Garnacho. They were in January, again this summer. Although he doesn't have a future at Old Trafford, could that be a Chelsea? Well, Manchester United value him